Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a new primer that I discovered and that I really love. I used it in my last video, and since it was a more of like a get ready with me and not really a makeup tutorial, I didn't really talk about it, but that's what I want to do in this video. I absolutely think this primer is amazing, so I'm going to try it again and we'll see if I get the same results as this time. So if you're new here, I'm Fatima and I'm a licensed cosmetologist from Orlando, and I'm here to teach you about all things beauty related. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with new videos. Let's get into it. So the primer that I wanted to share with you is from this company called Juno & Co, and it's the Moonshine Miracle Cream, and it basically just looks like this. It's super gorgeous. This packaging is really sturdy, and as you can tell, it's like a really nice dark purple. It kind of reminds me of like outer space, or like, you know, like a little spaceship type thing. So basically it's a 2-in-1 hydrating primer that's made for all skin types. So it's a primer and moisturizer in one, and you don't need to apply anything additional. So you don't need any extra primer or any extra moisturizer because this has got it all for you. And then it's also made with avocado extract and hyaluronic acid, and it's supposed to help nourish your skin, erase any imperfections, and make it look plumpy and smooth. But one more thing before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that this video is not sponsored. This is my honest opinion. I used this primer last video and I absolutely loved it, and I feel like it was something that I wanted to share with you guys in case you've never heard of this company. And the way that I found them, basically I was just scrolling through Instagram and I was targeted by their ad, so it came up and I read a lot of people saying good things about the primer, and even when you go on their website, they've got a bunch of reviews. So I thought about checking it out and I ordered it for myself, and the first time I used it was absolutely amazing. So I'm going to use it now in today's video just to show you guys what the hype is, I guess. So as for my skin, I haven't done anything additional. I just took a shower and cleansed my skin, and then I did apply a little bit of moisturizer around my lips because I'm super dry and flaky there, and I didn't want to come on camera with a bunch of dry skin there. So that's the only thing that I've done. Now before I get started, I'm going to clip my hair back using my new creaseless hair clips that you can find on Sparkling Rose Cosmetics. So I'm just going to use it to clip my hair back. And I absolutely love these clips. They help keep my hair out of my face when I'm doing my makeup or skincare, and I always have like these annoying flyaways, so they just really help me. So I'm going to try to make my hair look as cute as possible while doing this as well, because I never like doing my hair, as you can tell. I'm actually going to like blow dry it later, but I didn't feel like doing it right now, so that's why my hair looks a mess. And I do use 4 clips at a time because I have super thick hair. So if you've got thick hair, I definitely recommend grabbing 2 pairs. So I'm gonna open up the jar, and it's basically this like super thick and creamy hydrating 2-in-1 primer. And it's a pot, so I'm not going to stick my hand in there. I'm going to take my little lip kit spatula, and I'm going to grab like a generous amount of the primer, and I'm just going to swipe it all over my face. And I'm going to grab my handy dandy mirror. This mirror is from Beauty by Preeta. She sent it to me in the PR package a while ago, and I absolutely love having handheld mirrors while doing my makeup because it just helps me be able to see what I'm doing better. And it's just a staple that I always keep with me when I'm doing my makeup. So basically I just applied it like this, and now I'm just going to take my hands and smooth it all over. And I absolutely I was in love with this primer the first time that I used it. So I'm really hoping that I get the same results as last time, because if not, that's gonna suck. So I have applied a generous amount, so I'm just gonna go and apply it down my neck as well. And as usual, I'm going to leave all the information from the products that I'm using down in the description below. So if I forget to mention anything, that's where you can find it. But I'm just gonna go through and smooth this out. So I feel like now that I've given it a minute to like set, you can really tell like how it just like transformed my skin. The only negative thing I do have to say is that it does leave like a white cast. I can see like I just look a little bit lighter than my neck area, so I don't know how I would be able to wear this without anything on top, like if I was out in the sun or getting photographed. I really feel like it would leave a white cast, and especially for other women of color, I don't know how we'd be able to wear this on its own. But as you can see, as a primer and moisturizer, it's magical. Like, I think this is so cool, and like if this didn't have such a white cast, I would definitely wear this on its own because it just looks so phenomenal on my skin, and like there's no dry areas. And normally I tend to get super gray here, and it's like so hydrated in this area, and like it just looks amazing. And as you can tell, like there's no filters on my face or anything. The only thing I would say is that I think I did apply a little bit too much, because I think this product, like if you mix it with other products, like other moisturizers, I think it would start peeling, and since I did apply a little bit more, it is peeling just a little bit. So for the future, don't apply as much as I did. But so far, I absolutely love how this looks on my skin. So I'm just gonna go in with some foundation, and today I'm just gonna use my Fenty Beauty Skin Tint and just shake the bottle. And I did a review on this as well, so if you want to check that out, I will link that video as well. But basically, this is my favorite foundation right now, and I'm in the shade 11. So basically, I'm just gonna dab some on the back of my hands and then just use my fingers to like spread it out. And this is still so weird to me, spreading this out with my fingers. So I definitely like to go back over it with a beauty sponge just to smooth everything out. But I already feel like this is going on like butter, and it feels so nice. And that's just my cat in the background. Yes, Mia? So I'm just gonna go in with my beauty sponge from my brand Sparkling Rose Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna smooth out my foundation. And as you can tell, it already looks so like smooth with this primer, and I've never had a primer work this good. So this, I'm so glad that I discovered this primer from Juno & Co. It's so amazing, and I think it does retail for about $28. So it is a little bit on the pricier end, but you do get a lot of product, and as you can tell, like it is magical. So I was filming my makeup and misogyny video. It's a new series on my channel. I'll link that episode in here as well, so you can check that out if you're interested. Basically, it's like how other people on YouTube do like the makeup and mystery or like ghost stories or things like that. Instead of me doing that, I just talk about struggles that we as women face while doing my makeup. So like I said, I will link that in this video, and you can feel free to check that out. But I was trying to do that video and reading some of the experiences that you guys sent me, and I wasn't really paying much attention to my makeup. I was very distracted. So when I had applied that, I was like really shook, and I was just surprised like how good the primer worked. But I wasn't really doing a makeup tutorial, so that's why I didn't really talk about it. But afterwards, when I was like, you know, taking my selfies and stuff, it was just really amazing. And even my husband was like, wow, your skin looks super smooth. So that's why I wanted to dedicate this video for that primer and really share with you guys how I feel on it. And just in case if you're looking for a new primer, I definitely suggest that you try this out. So this is the foundation and the primer smoothed out. And like I said, I used my Fenty foundation. And do you see how like smooth this is? I'm still kind of like in shock. Okay, so now that I've applied my foundation I'm gonna go in with some concealer. So basically, some of these products are going to be nameless because I am testing them out for my brand, Sparkling Rose Cosmetics. So I'm in the process of testing out some makeup products to see what I want to bring to my shop. So this concealer, I used it in my last video as well, and I don't know if it was the primer or if it was the concealer, but normally my concealer starts to crease around my eyes, and with this concealer it didn't do that. And again, I was shook in my last video as well. So I'm gonna try a lot of the products that I tried last video. I'm gonna be trying them here so I can actually talk about them. But I really am obsessed with these super chunky wands. So I like that about this concealer, and I absolutely love this packaging as well. I love that it's like chunky and, you know, rose goldish. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to put on the actual tube, but basically this is what the product is going to look like. And again, it's gonna come with this really nice chunky applicator. So basically I'm just gonna go in and dab some concealer around here, and that's it. I don't want to overdo it. I'm just gonna take my beauty sponge and just smooth that out. And again, I always look up when I'm putting on concealer because I like to get into my crease, into the creases of my eyes. So I'm just gonna go in there and just make sure I really press it in so it can get blended out as much as possible. And that's the concealer, and now I'm going to test out the setting powder. Again, this is another product that I'm testing, and the first time I used this setting powder, it was phenomenal, so I'm going to use it again. And that's my eye area so far. I think it still looks so amazing. I'm just looking at myself in different lighting. I have my window right here and then my ring light behind. So I just want to look at it and see how it looks in different lighting, and this looks so beautiful. Like, honestly, my skin has never looked this good when I apply makeup. So for eyeshadow primer, I'm just going to use my NARS concealer. Now, like I said in previous videos, you're not really supposed to use concealers as a primer, but I can't find my eyeshadow primer at the moment. And in my last video, I actually used this primer. It's the Too Faced Glitter Glue Primer, and I had to edit that part out, but it was a disaster on my eyes, so I have to still learn how to use it. I think what I need to do is put the primer and then set it, and then I can go in with eyeshadow, but I don't really feel like doing all that at this point. So as soon as I figure out how to use that primer, I will be using it. But let me look for a concealer brush. I'm literally all over the place, like I don't even know. But basically I'm just gonna get this concealer brush, get some concealer on my eyes, on my brush, and then just pat this in. And I'm just gonna take this clean concealer brush and just kind of smooth that out, and then I'm gonna also use my finger to melt the rest in. So I'm just gonna go in with my hand, and I'm just going to just make sure that this concealer is really blended out. So now that my concealer is blended out as much as possible, I'm gonna go in with this palette. So I just want to play a little safe today since I am going somewhere and I don't really have time to apply and reapply eyeshadow if I mess up. now let's move on to filling in the brows, or the precision brow pencil. Start filling in my brows. So now that I filled in my brows, I'm going to go back in and highlight under my brow bone. So I'm also looking at a highlight palette that I want to test. So I'm going to test this one out. And I'm going to dip into this color right here. I feel like it's a nice light color. And I'm going to just highlight my brow bone. And I think that looks so pretty. And I did get a little bit on my eyebrow, so I'm just going to try to comb that away. So just like that. And just comb my eyebrow back in place. So now I'm going to move on to my lashes, and the ones I'm going to wear are Supreme by Beauty by Preeta. And they basically look like this, super pretty. So I'm going to just take them out of the packaging. And I'm just going to speed through this process. And then I'm just going to take my Ciate London eye pencil, and I'm just going to line my waterline. To my lips, and before I put on any lip product, I always use my lip scrub from Sparkling Rose Cosmetics, and it's a strawberry lip scrub, and it's actually a whole lip scrub kit. So it comes with a little spatula and a lip brush to really exfoliate your lips. Okay, so now that my lips are exfoliated, I'm gonna just move on real quickly to contour and highlight and blush. So for my contour, I'm just gonna go in with my regular old Ulta contour palette. This is a super old palette. I don't even remember when I got this, but it's super old. As you can tell, I use it so much. So I'm actually going to use my It Cosmetics. This is the Skin Hugging Foundation brush, but I like using it for contour. I feel like it's a really good brush for contouring, since it is like, it's shaped like this to kind of like hug your face or cheek area. So I'm just gonna dip into that. And I'm just going to use the same color that I used to highlight my brow bone, and then use it to highlight the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. And I love highlight, so I like to pack this on as well. Just like that. And then I'm just gonna use my fingers to highlight the top of my cheekbones or the cheeks. Just like that. And then I'm also going to highlight my forehead. So just like that. I love this glow, and I love doing my makeup like this. I know, like, literally a lot of my makeup tutorials, I do them the same way. That's because I just love my makeup looking like this. And I'll say it again, I barely wear makeup on a daily basis. I'll only do like a full face like this for a YouTube video, or if I have to go out. Like, and when I say out, I notice I say when I go out a lot, but I don't really specify what that means. I'm not talking about like the grocery store or like the post office. When I mean out, like if we're going out like on a date, or like, you know, to hang out somewhere, or if I'm going to like a movie, or not a movie, but like a wedding, things like that, like, you know, important events. So that's what I mean by when I'm going out. Or like, you know, like a party or something, I don't know, but not to like the post office or like the grocery store. So now moving on to my lips. So this is a question that I get asked all the time, is what am I wearing on my lips? And that's a good question, because I literally just wear whatever I feel like wearing on my lips, but there's a specific lip combo that I'm currently obsessed with at the moment. So now that I'm done with my face, I'm gonna move on to my lips, and I'm gonna do my basic lip combo. It's a combination that I'm obsessed with right now, and it's basically a mix of like 2 lip liners. So I always get asked what am I wearing on my lips, how do I do them? So I'm going to show you guys now. So basically, my first thing, I have so much makeup here. I'm like literally swimming in makeup, and it's so annoying because I'm like, I have like this little area right here, and I have so many products, and it gets irritating because I can't ever find what I'm looking for when I need it. But basically, as we saw earlier, I always use my lip scrub, and that just makes sure that my lips are exfoliated, and it takes off any like additional product and just hydrates them and makes them soft and ready to apply any type of lip liner, lipstick, anything like that. And that's the most important step when you are going to apply especially a matte product to your lip, because if you don't exfoliate them, then they're going to look dry and crusty, and that's not what we want. So basically, the combo that I'm obsessed with right now is, like I said, lip liners. That's what I normally will use. I don't really use lipsticks or liquid lipstick things, but I'm obsessed with these knobby lip pencils. So they were in a few previous videos ago, so I'll link that video in here, and I'll link the product down in the description below. But it's like a pack of like 34 lip liners, or 50 lip liners, I mean, knobby lip liner, and it's a knobby brand. So this is in the shade Natural. And then I noticed when I put lip products, my Cupid's bow tends to disappear and everything just blends in. So I've started taking like a darker shade. Now I don't know which one I'm going to use, but it's going to be a little bit of a darker color. So I'm going to try going in with Espresso. So basically, I'm just going to use one of these darker shades to outline my lips, and then I'm just going to take the natural color and then fill everything in. So I think I'm going to start off with Espresso because it doesn't look too dark. So I'm just going to speed through this process and just show you guys how I do my lips. And that's basically how I do my lips. So as you saw, I took the darker color to outline them so you can actually see my Cupid's bow. And then I just went in with the natural color and then just went over the dark lip liner that I used first, just so everything could blend in, and then just used it as my overall lipstick. And then this will turn it into like a matte lipstick or liquid lip. I don't know what they're really called, but basically that's my lip combo. And then I don't really go over anything else with it. This is normally how I would leave it. And I've noticed that it will stay on for a while. So even if I'm eating or drinking, because it's a lip liner and it's a lot thicker and more matte, it stays on my lip until I have to like take it off at night. So it just depends on the brand. These are a little bit thicker, this brand, versus I'd say like NYX, where it's a little bit more creamier. So I always make sure to use the actual pencil and not like a twist up crayon or anything like that. That's a little bit more of a creamier texture, because that is going to wipe off quicker because of the texture of the product, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's basically today's makeup look, and I'm just going to take a second and spray my makeup or set my makeup. And here's the final look. As usual, I'll leave all the products that I use down in the description below, so feel free to check that out. And I'll also leave my contact information, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and don't forget to have a good rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one.